God bless and welcome to Texas Honda Channel. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. So in today's video, we're going to be putting some ethanol in, so it'll finally be running on corn.
It's corn!
So we're going to just put a little bit of fuel in this and then pour it in. Now this is really low on E, so there's barely any fuel in here. So I don't want to drive this because it could run out of gas on the way there. So there's going to be like hardly any 93 in here, but the reason we're putting a little bit in, first reason, I don't have a lot of funds. I know it's just fuel, right? But I don't have a lot of funds to fill the tank. Plus, if I run the E85 through the system, it will mix with what little 93 is in there. Then we can waste that fuel and then fill it up with actual E85 to the top. So we're going to go ahead and take this over there. I'm going to try to get a test kit to test the fuel to see if it's 85% ethanol, which the local station we go to here has never been less than 85. Sometimes it's been up to 95% ethanol. But we will get a little test kit and pour this into the little test beaker and go over the fuel and how to test to see if it's actually E85 or less or more. So I'm going to go ahead and load up in the wife's MDX, go get some corn. So here we go. Alright, so we're on the way to the gas station to put some E85 in the container. I've got my daughter Chloe here with me. She's going along for the ride. Probably hold the camera for me whenever we get to the gas station, but yeah, we're heading there now. So alright, so I prepaid $8. Should be more than plenty. It does say minimum 70% ethanol, so we'll definitely have to test it. I miss the smell of E85. It smells so good.
It has the juice?
Alright, there it is, right at 4 gallons worth for $8. I love that. Alright, now we head back to the house and then put it in the car and adjust the tune. Alright, now we can go put it in. Alright, the way to use this test kit, if you haven't seen before, is to fill the water up to that line. Make sure it's perfectly level with that. I went ahead and made sure it's perfectly level. Now we're going to go ahead and add the E85, which I put in this tiny little cup. Just pour it in there. Up until that fill line. There we go. It's perfectly at the fill line. And now, go ahead and shake it up. Now make sure that that's water in there at that line. So go ahead and shake it up. Make sure it gets nice and mixed up. Alright, it's been settling and it appears to be like E84 or maybe E83. It's right below the 85. So this is as close to E85 as we're probably going to get at that gas station. But the local gas station is always E85 or higher. So once we fill up, hopefully they'll have some E85 back in stock and we can just get it from there. But this is still pretty good. You can see it separated, the top section there, from the bottom section. So the bottom section is the ethanol, and the top section I believe is the gas. So that's actual gasoline. And it doesn't, the gasoline separates from the water. So that's why this test kit works. So I'll also link one of these in the description. But yeah, pretty simple to test for E85, and this is pretty close. So I prefer to use a funnel and just take that part off, so that way it doesn't make as big of a mess. Alright, so it says we have pretty close to half a tank now. So the gas mileage with E85 is absolutely terrible. If anyone has said otherwise, they're liars. E85 is not good for gas mileage, but it is very safe for turbo setups. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select the entire map here. Make sure it says edit all. And then we are going to adjust and add 40% to the entire map. And we're going to do the same thing with the high table here. So this table right here is the VTEC side. We're going to adjust and add 40% fuel there as well. So we're going to go ahead and upload that right here. The reason you have to do this is because E85 requires more fuel. So we're going to go ahead and start it up. pretty good. So we're gonna go to the display. Now keep in mind this will be going back for a retune. Obviously it's tuned on E85 now. Since I can't really get on it till the 500-mile break-in is done, that'll be okay as long as cruising and everything looks good. Right now the air-fuel ratio, because startup is at 11, so we can adjust that once it's fully warmed up, subtract some fuel if needed. But I've only gone 70 miles. I was waiting to do the E85 before going any further, just kind of get it all cycled through the system before we head to the dyno. So once this gets down to E again, we're gonna fill it all the way to full with E85. So I'm gonna do a couple little revs. Seems pretty responsive. Smells really good. So yeah, we're just gonna call that good on that. Now we have to do more braking in. So everything's looking pretty good though. Yeah, if you guys didn't see the Max Peating Rods video on this stereo deck, highly recommend going and checking it out. You can actually download Han data on it. I'm not quite sure how all the Bluetooth stuff works yet, but I will figure that out eventually. And you can download the free tune logs. You can see right there. So this will connect to the ECU through Bluetooth, and then you'll have the gauges there. So it's really, really cool unit. Highly recommend it. We gotta install it into my wife's MDX, but it's real cool because it's Apple and Android compatible. And when you turn it all the way off and back on, this is what it does. Let me show you real quick. Boom, an Acura emblem. You can put whatever there. It doesn't have to be Acura. It could be Ford, it could be Dodge, Chevy, Toyota. But it's really cool that it can do that. And I was playing the game on this last night with my daughter Emma. We were playing Legend of Zelda because you can hook up HDMI input, and then there's RCA inputs. So it's a really, really nice unit, and it sounds amazing. Very good. It also has miles per hour on it, which it does its sweep or initial sweep test, and then it'll actually work with the GPS that it has. So it's really, really cool unit. Highly recommend it. So yeah, we'll take it down the street, make sure everything's doing good, and we'll go from there. Hope you guys are enjoying this video. I'm gonna go ahead and data log it at the same time. So far it's pretty responsive, so that 40% of added fuel definitely did help. We do need to lean it up just a little bit because I like to cruise in the 14 air-fuel ratios. But so far, 12 to 13 air-fuel ratio is pretty good for E85, but I prefer the 14 for best possible gas mileage. But keeping it below 4,000 RPMs has definitely been challenging, but I've been managing to do so. But it needs broke in for the full 500 miles. Full 500-mile break-in. I recommend 250 highway, 250 in town, and it is definitely recommended. Even Action Clutch sent me an email and said thank you for telling people that, because a lot of people think it's just an optional thing, but it's more of a requirement from them. But yeah, it sounds good. I like the smell of the E85. The only cons that it has is I have to upgrade the fuel pump and fuel lines at some point. The injectors need to be a bit bigger, and the fuel economy is not so good on E85. But other than that, you get more horsepower. It's a cleaner burning fuel, and it's a little bit cheaper. Right now it's $1.99 a gallon, which is way cheaper than 93 octane, which I believe is at $2.60 a gallon. So yeah, definitely a little bit cheaper, and yeah, it's nice. Definitely be able to make more power. But yes, I am on stock fuel line, stock fuel pump. I only have an aftermarket rail and a few feet of 6A in line from the firewall to the fuel rail. But that's just so I can go around the turbo and stuff. But yeah, other than that, it's completely factory. We made 443 horsepower at the dyno with stock fuel pump, stock fuel lines on 93 octane. So don't let anyone tell you you can't, because this setup is proof that you can. I obviously need to upgrade the pump and get full 6 or 8 AN lines with a return system, but as it was at the dyno, it was making the power. Now that it's E85, we are going to be limited, but we will be testing the limits of that just to see how it does. But yeah, we're gonna head back to the house and we'll go over some more. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. All right, check it out. We're doing 45 mile an hour, and the max speeding rod stereo says we're doing 45 mile an hour. So it's definitely pretty accurate of a stereo GPS. I highly recommend that unit. I will link it in the description, by the way. All right, now that we're back, we've gone 113 miles. Went to Colleen real fast to grab the E85 test kit, which I'll also have linked in the description. So we're gonna go over the data log real quick. All right, so this is cruising. You can see the air fuel ratio, 13 to 15 ratio. Pretty good. I subtracted about 5% across the whole map, and just cruising 37 miles an hour. It's definitely pretty good. Engine coolant temp 183, air intake temp 79, so it's definitely pretty good. So definitely when putting E85 in, you have to adjust the tune. Unless of course you've got a flex fuel vehicle, then it'll probably work perfectly fine. Just putting some E85 in it, it'll automatically calculate what it needs and go from there. But yeah, it's definitely liking that E85. I love the smell of corn. It's just such a great smell. Now, I'm not a huge fan of E85. If you've heard some of my previous videos, I said I didn't even want to do it, but that's what's necessary for this particular setup. So we'll go outside and I'll show you more on that. All right, now for the setup, if you didn't know the setup already, it is a stock internal K20A2. We have Skunk 2 Ultra Street intake manifold, intercooler piping kit, which I have all the videos on that, so feel free to check them out if you want to know more. We've got a Jack Spania Racing intercooler, Jack Spania Racing turbo sidewinder with a max speeding rods, street performance, GT35 82R turbo, and yeah, it's now on E85, 1000cc injectors on stock fuel pump, stock fuel lines, the fuel rails aftermarket from Jack Spania Racing, along with from this fuel line here to the firewall is the only line that has been upgraded on the fuel system, but it's still the stock connector right here and on the firewall. So we're trying to see what we can get out of the E85 on the factory fuel lines, but I will be upgrading all of that stuff in the future. I know I'm not expecting huge gains or anything with the E85 on the factory fuel lines, but we did make 443 wheel horsepower with the stock fuel pump and stock fuel lines. I'll leave a link in the description for the fuel pump I have. It's actually a factory replacement unit I got off eBay real cheap. It's the whole assembly, and I just dropped that thing in, and it's been doing good. So that's basically the setup there. We have a stock K20A2 Type S 6-speed manual transmission with just new OEM Honda bearings in it, and that's pretty much it there as well. So it's the non-LSD. The 02 to 04 did not have LSD in the Type S. I believe it was only like the 05 and up SI Civics or something. I don't really remember on all that, but this thing definitely drives amazing. We have heat, we have AC, and it's a really good daily. So that's the basic setup on that. And if you didn't know, it's obviously Legend of Zelda themed. It's what the hood lights up, the crest for Legend of Zelda. I've got the Master Sword shifter. And yeah, it's definitely been really awesome, and I cannot wait to see what it puts down power-wise. This has the full 2.5-inch exhaust. So it goes 3-inch downpipe right off of the turbo, which was customized on Jack Spania's downpipe. We just customized the downpipe a little bit and then tied it into the exhaust system. So it's 2.5-inch exhaust and still made 443. So with the open dump, the 3-inch dump opened up, it's going to make more power just off doing that, because these K-Series love to breathe. So don't let anyone tell you the stock fuel system cannot make power, because I'm making 443 before the E85. So I know for a fact it can. But that is basically it for that. If you guys didn't see my other channel, the More Motorsports Garage channel, I got the 100K subscriber plaque. If you guys want to check that out, I'll link it in the description. But car's officially on E85 now, and now you guys know how to use the test kit. It's pretty simple. We will definitely have more videos coming as soon as possible, so please stay tuned to the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Turn that bell icon on to get notified of every upload, because as you guys can see, if you scroll through my recent videos, they're not getting any views, and that's probably because the notifications get turned off. My friend Daniel actually had his notifications turned off by YouTube, and he was a frequent commenter. As soon as the video posted, he was within minutes commenting on it. So he didn't even see my new upload. So make sure that notification is turned on so you get notified of every upload. But yeah, that's basically it for this video, and here's the outro. I did want to say I will leave a link in the description for a Gideon Bible if you want to download one for free. It's totally free to do. Apple or Android, it works for either, and they have English Standard Version or King James. I personally prefer the King James, but English Standard Version is easier to read, so depends on which one you want. But everyone should know the Word of God, know their worth, and what God has come to do. He's come to save the sinner and set the captive free. So if you feel like you need set free from anything, addiction-wise, or you just don't feel loved, read the Word. God loves you, and I love you too. But that is basically it for this video. I will see you guys in the next video. And as I like to say, God bless, stay safe, and stay awesome.